Hey, my name is Lizzie Smiley, and I absolutely love helping people connect with their calling and all the tools they need to kick roadblocks and excuses right out the door so they can cultivate the life they dream about. If you want to launch, grow, pivot, or scale your Etsy shop, or you've always wanted to develop the mindset and skills to run your own business, then I'm your girl. I've had that entrepreneurial spirit going strong since my very first lemonade stand, and now I'm a work-at-home mama with multiple online companies and a full-time Etsy shop, all while being present with my kids for the everyday chaos and most important milestones. On this podcast, we'll talk about all things business, mindset, Etsy, creativity, dazzling our customers, and so much more. There's plenty of room at this table for you, so scooch on in and let's go. I'm holding nothing back. Welcome to How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy. I'm so glad you're here. Hey guys, welcome back to the show this week. We are having another fun-filled episode talking about social media and business tips that is all-encompassing for Etsy sellers. And we have the wonderful Julie Oxendine back with us. She's one of my best friends, especially one of my best business friends. And I'm always so excited to share her with you and her vast wisdom because I don't know anyone else who does it like she does. I hope everything is going well. I'm super curious to hear how your summer is going in terms of like Etsy sales. Are things up? Are they down? What's happening? It's always a bit of a slower time of year. If I'm honest, I always kind of enjoyed that because it gave me enough time to sit back and relax, kind of get myself ready for fall, which I knew would be busy, and go in and, revamp or update listings, add new products. It was just breathing room to be able to get ready for that next push. So I hope that you're enjoying it, but we're today definitely going to be giving you some ideas for how you can be pushing business if you're wanting to right now, if you're wanting to create some more business during the kind of the summer slump. And definitely this is going to inspire you for being able to create content going into the fall and really take advantage of the busy season and just see your Etsy shop get where I believe it rightfully should be. So let me go ahead and share her bio with you real quick. So Julie Oxendine is an established craft and home decor expert with a large following, teaching and inspiring her audience on how to create beauty in their spaces for every occasion. Her humble beginnings created a drive to succeed, and as a result, she has been an icon of encouragement and motivation for others to do the same. She posts new wreath tutorials on her YouTube channel every week for viewers to follow along and hosts frequent giveaways of her products. She's collaborated with Hobby Lobby, SureBonder, Amazon, and more, and has been featured in Country Sampler magazine. She can be found on every social media platform where she has a combined total of over 2 million followers. So let's dig into it. We're having such an off-the-cuff conversation today. As usual, I went totally off script, but it ended up being so great. And this is so much fun. So please help me welcome Julie back to the podcast. Yay, Julie, welcome back to the podcast. It's been too long when I was looking at the dates.
I know it's been over a year, and I'm so excited to be here. And I just love coming and talking to you and all your people.
Well, thank you. It's the perfect, it's the perfect marriage because we have so much crossover, and I don't know, we both just got so busy with everything, but I think this is long overdue. And I especially love that we're going to chat a little bit about how this can help with like the summer slump, things being a little bit slower for people right now, because it's so nice to have some control. And I'm going to make sure that I link the previous episodes that you were on here because every single one of these is so great, you guys. But social media and business things are changing all the time. So we're going to hit the fresh stuff. But Julie, for people who are listening for the first time, can we get a little recap of your story? Because you started as like an Etsy seller like us, right?
I did. I sat at my kitchen table one day with my youngest two were like 1 and 3.5 at the time. And I just wanted to make some extra money to bring in for to just have some extras, things were tight back then. And so that's where Julie's Wreath Boutique was born. And I just started making wreaths and selling them and then selling them on Etsy. Had no idea what was going to happen from that, just one idea. I don't even sell wreaths anymore. I give them away because I use that in my email list. It's a great email list builder for me that we do giveaways in that. And so now I'm on YouTube and I work with companies like Hobby Lobby, Amazon, Cricut, a few more, but I mainly am a social media business coach. But like I was telling you, we cover all things business. It's not just social media, but kind of social media is kind of my jam and it's my thing. So I like to kind of like really kind of pinpoint people on that because it's such a wonderful tool to build your business and grow your revenue.
When you were selling your wreaths, did you like at what point did you decide to start promoting yourself on social media? Like how did that pivot happen for you?
I remember it was like the first full year. I started in October 2015, and
Oh
then
wow.
I had some opportunities in 2016, and I went viral for some different things that I made. And it was around November, December of that year. And I had just been making reels right and left because once you go viral and something happens like that, you get on all these blogs and people start ordering. And I
Wow.
thought, oh, it's been 2 weeks since I've posted on social media. And then I just kind of felt the need to pay attention to social media because I didn't have that many followers on Facebook. We just crossed the 1 million mark on Facebook. Back then, when I thought about like growing that, I probably had 500 followers,
Oh my
but I was really busy. You know what I mean? Because of the viral content that I had made and it landing on different sites. So I just never thought I would be like when I started this business that social media would become my thing. And I don't have a marketing degree, but I've studied it and I've done it and I have the proven background to show that I know what I'm talking about. So I love to share that with people because I've been that stay-at-home mom who wants to earn some extra money and wants to help contribute to their family's income. So I just have a burden for people that were like me almost 9 years ago.
wow. And now, I mean, you were probably at the apex of the like wreath making boom on
Mhm.
Etsy, right? Like you got to see, but that's interesting. I didn't realize that you had like it was actually someone else's accounts plural that sent your stuff into craziness, and then you almost had to maintain social media because of that.
Well, and back then, really large Facebook accounts would find my stuff on Pinterest, or because I had this blog that went viral that I worked with a blogger. And so that they would get Etsy affiliate links. And so they would share my stuff. They would share my reads. They would share my tutorials once I got that into the next year. And so they were making money because they were getting an affiliate link for Etsy. And that's how I built having all these sales. I went from, making $3,000 in 2015 to making over $40,000 the next year. And then it just kept growing and growing. So it wasn't even, the first full year of business, I was making a decent income from it.
That is so crazy. Okay. Oh, golly. I didn't know all those nuances. I'm so glad I made you repeat your story.
We met in person too. How did we not know this?
I know. Well, I don't know because we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about Etsy, really, if I'm honest, because we have just a bigger picture than that. So, okay, but here's the thing. A lot of people, they want to start small. They've never done anything in business before. A lot of my listeners are just maybe haven't even started on Etsy or they've just started and maybe trying to figure out social media immediately isn't the right thing. So when do you think is the time to, and we may have a different opinion about this, but when do you think someone should start messing with social media, start trying to understand it as opposed to just mastering their product and mastering the listing and all of that? When would you suggest that?
Well, I mean, from the very first day that I started, I set up a Facebook business page.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing, but Facebook like steps you through that. So that's like the first thing I would start. And the
Even
one
today, Facebook today would be your.
even today, oh yeah,
Oh my
because
gosh, Julie.
that's the highest level of they have 2 billion users on their platforms. And I know Facebook is like the most boring of all the platforms. But when you think about it, the money is on Facebook.
You're right. They are people who have money. The people who are left on there have money.
Yes, they do. And but it's a worldwide platform. And so it's still larger than any platform out there, even TikTok. I think second place is Instagram, and then it goes YouTube, and then it goes TikTok. It could be wrong on that, so don't quote me.
Mm-hmm.
But I would still start off a Facebook business page because here's the thing. When you start a Facebook business page, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask your friends and family to follow you. And you're going to say, listen, you do not have to buy anything from me. And the the realization that honestly, your friends and family are not going to buy your products because they think you should give it to them for free, right? And so that was always one of the things. I did not get a bunch of sales from my friends and family. I got a few, but that's not what you don't set your whole hopes and hearts on your friends and family buying your products from you.
Yeah.
But here's what they can do to help you. And so I would start your Facebook business page, make sure, and I probably have said this on all the podcasts we've done together, make sure your name is available on every platform, even if you're not on the platform.
Oh, like
So
secure it, lock it down.
Yes, lock it
Okay.
down. Open a TikTok account, open an Instagram account. You do not have to even start posting. But why is that important? It is keeping your name consistent on all the platforms. So I get so like when people come to me and they have one name on Etsy and one name on social media, I'm like, how are they going to find you? You know what I mean? You have to kind of narrow that down and make sure that they can find you everywhere with the same name. It is your job to make it easy for them to find you, right?
Like the Etsy shop name should be the Facebook page
Oh,
name?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Everything should be the same. Everything. So that's the first thing I did. I sat down and I didn't even know what I was doing. And I don't know. God said, do this, Julie, because this is what you're going to need. I have no idea.
That's basically
But
how it me too, to be honest.
you're going to talk to your friends and family and you're going to say, listen, you don't have to buy anything from me. But when you comment on my post, you share my post, their friends see it. And what it does, it creates this domino effect. And so Facebook will start showing it to their friends and so forth and so forth. But it's like your jumping off point. Facebook should be that jumping off point. I don't think that when you start a business, you need to say, oh, I've got to have all the platforms, because that's the first thing you're going to do is overwhelm yourself and you're going to give up. So you need to make it manageable for yourself. So start Facebook, start posting one time a day, and just kind of build yourself from there. And what I did was I watched other people's content who were doing it the right way and they were gaining followers. They had engagement on their page. And I was like, okay, what are they doing? How often are they posting? What kind of post are they posting? What is the sequence of the post? What kind of things are they selling? What kind of things are they pushing? And that's really the key to it, because it all changes. You know, the Facebook of 9 years ago is not the Facebook of today.
Yes.
Exactly. So it all changes, but I could talk forever. So
No, but like we have all, this is classic Lizzie. We've already gone totally off the questions.
I know we have all these questions. This wasn't on it. Okay,
No,
go ahead.
I mean, it kind of was but this is better because I think there's a few things that hold people back from social media. A, they don't think they need it. Because Etsy is a search engine and a marketplace, and that's not incorrect. And I have lots of coaches who come on here and say you don't need it, and you don't. It just depends on the type of business you're running. It depends on if you want to safeguard yourself if you get shut down and have actually anything to rebuild from. Like it's, do you want to own? And I mean, obviously Facebook, Zuckerberg owns your Facebook page, but that's less likely to get shut down than an Etsy shop is. So there's this salvaging, right? There's this piece, and then there's also, are you just going to have a little side hustle and no shame in that? That's great. Where it doesn't really matter what happens on Etsy, it's just for fun. Or are you going to want to try to build something greater, in which case you really do need an email list. You really do need social media. So I think people think they don't need it. I think they feel overwhelmed about where to start and and then the biggest thing that I hear all the time is, what the heck do I post about? And Julie, I still run into that as a content creator. And I do exactly what you say. I go and look at other people who are doing it well to get inspiration. But I think so do people need to be prepared to, post once a day? Is it like Reels?
Yes. It depends on the platform you're on. But what I do is I multi-purpose my content.
Okay.
Any content that I was just talking to you before we got on here. I had edited a reel or TikTok, but I edited it in an app called Splice, because I make crafts. And so I take the video content that I already recorded, I've already uploaded to YouTube. Now I'm going to take the same content, I'm going to reduce it down, speed it up, and I do a voiceover, add some music, and then upload it to each platform.
Okay.
So like when you're doing your walk and you're talking and you're giving us great tips, I record that. I mean, if you want the filter on Instagram, here's the key. You record yourself with the filter. Okay. Before you post that, there's 3 dots and you can save that video without any Instagram logo or anything on it. Save it and then upload it as your reel. But here's the thing. You need to use all that content on Pinterest. People forget about Pinterest. You need to upload it to YouTube Shorts. I don't care if you don't want to do YouTube monetize. You can still earn money from those. You need to do it on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So I always do the same thing. I'll have a video go viral and it's 3 years old. It'll get over 1 million views over Facebook and I'm making money at it. So it's not only, here's what I tell people, stop selling people in every single post that you post. So I tell you, post 1 time a day on Facebook to get started, right? But don't make that post everything you sell. Your friends don't want to be sold to all the time. People don't want to be sold to, especially in this economy. It's hard to spend money right now. And then what you need to do is get them to engage with you, to get them to talk to you on your platform, because when Facebook sees that people are engaging on your content, they're going to show your content to more people. Mm-hmm. And the next key to that here is scheduling your content. I find the best thing to do is use Meta Business Suite. I've used it.
It's so overwhelming.
No, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. It's very, you know what? I need to do a training in that in my business group. But I'll show you how easy it is. Okay. And then I've been using ManyChat with that too. That's another training I have in my business
I just signed up for that too.
Yeah. It's amazing. So I get more engagement by using the comment, XYZ than I do saying, hey, go get the link in my comments. I get more traction on that. So it's very much worth the money. But what I was going to say is use your Meta Business Suite to plan your content out. Plan it for, if you can only post 1 time a day, that's okay. But post the same time of day every day
really?
For the next month. Yes. It's kind of like, when you go to a job and you show up for your job and you're there every day on time, your employer is going to appreciate it. So Facebook is the same way. If you produce content on a regular scheduled basis and you schedule it out for a month ahead of time. I do this. I was working on mine this morning because everything you see posted on my page is me posting them. I schedule it all out, and that's where Meta Business Suite is really helpful. I can either do it on my phone or I can do it on my computer. You can even schedule out pre-made reels on Facebook. I don't find that I get as much of a kickback on views. I feel like my reels content is better when I post them at like the evening time and I don't schedule them. I don't know why that is.
No, I believe that. Yep.
But I don't feel like it gets into the algorithm very well if you
schedule a reel.
If you schedule a reel, which you can do on Meta Business Suite. But when you schedule that, Facebook is going to say they're a team player, they're putting content, we're not having any issues with their content, and they're going to suggest you to more people.
So let's say I was still running my sign shop. What would a non-salesy type of reel look like? I know I'm just throwing that at you, but we've gone off script, Julie. I don't know what to do.
This is totally not where we were going, but that's okay. I love it. What I would do if you are a creator or a maker, show your process. Now, if it's a highly secretive process, that you can't share like how you exactly do it, don't share that part. But people love to watch a story. And I think people kind of get kind of like, I can't even think of the word. They kind of get stunted by the whole thought, well, I can't show my process because then everybody will make it. They won't. Some people will. Some people will spend $200 trying to make that $20 sign. And then they'll finally order it from you, right? But there are some people that you're just never going to get. And those are those people, right? But people just love and enjoy to make the process. So if I see you making this beautiful sign and you just record yourself, do a nice music with it, depending on the platform you're on, do a nice voiceover. And then, if it's on Pinterest, leave your Etsy shop link and use your save for, the what is it?
The
The
share and
code.
save. Mhm.
Yeah, the share and save. Sorry, I
We'll
couldn't
talk
think
about
of
that.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another way to use social media to drive sales to where you need to drive sales to, whether that be a website, that be Etsy, that be Go Imagine, that be Michael's Maker's Place, any of that. Make sure you're driving the money to the site you need to make it. So get that audience, get that customer when they see you make something and they're like, oh my goodness, I have to have that. I
Mhm.
remember watching somebody make a sign, and it was based off a children's book that my sister-in-law had for all of her kids. And I'll love you forever, I'll love you always, something like that. And I ordered it right away because I knew that she would love it. And I would never be able to do that picture, that hand lettering the way that person did it. So I ordered it right away. So it's what gets people's heartstrings too. You know, what you might think is, oh, this is just a sign that says peace be still, but that might be a saying that is just their like phrase of the year,
Mm.
and they're going to get it. So I just would work on showing your process, giving people, don't just say, oh, here, I have this for sale, buy it. They're going to slide. They're
Oh,
going to,
yeah, show the story.
yeah.
I almost
So
wish too, like back then, it wasn't as it, going live was a thing, but it's a much bigger thing
mm,
now. I would
yeah.
totally be like painting people's signs for them on live. Do you know what I mean? I'd be
Oh,
like telling them
absolutely.
when they can watch, and because it's kind of an ASMR, you know,
Mhm.
a lot of
And
crafting is.
you could invite that customer, hey, you want to customize this on air with me, and get people to want to do that. I mean, people want a relationship with other people. They want to be excuse me, they want to be seen and heard, and they want to be valued. And with social media, we really kind of forget that part because we're scrolling so much. But when you say, hey, let's customize this piece in this live that I'm going to do on TikTok or Instagram, and you're going to be able to talk back and forth with me, I think you'd probably get more sales that way too.
Y'all, I don't know about you, but the legal stuff surrounding business really intimidates me. Like, it's not fun, it's not easy. And I generally just want to shove my head in the sand like an ostrich and hope it will go away and nothing bad will ever happen. But the truth of the matter is that we're business owners now, and that is so cool. And it takes so much courage and effort. And it would be absolutely devastating to lose it all and more, like maybe even our homes or our family's well-being, because we didn't take a few precautionary steps in the front end to set up our business correctly. So whether you're just getting started on Etsy or you've been selling for years now but never quite got around to the legal setup, I want to make sure you know about attorney Paige Hulse and her creative law shop. Paige used to be an Etsy seller just like us, which I freaking love because she gets us, she understands the nature of our business and the Etsy platform so well, like so much better than, you know, some local attorney who maybe understands like, you know, general law. She's the one person that I trust for myself and that I trust to take care of you guys for like any entrepreneurship needs. Like, or by the way, equestrian as well. If you happen to be a horsey person like she and I are, she's got a specialty there as well. So first off, I want you to know about some free resources. Paige was on the podcast 3 times so far. So if you look for episodes 36, 61, and 86, great free advice there. You can learn some of the basics from her of how to protect your business, the way you need to set it up correctly. She's an absolute doll and she's smart as a whip. And also, like, you're going to love the easy way that she breaks down like complicated legalese. Like I can actually focus on what she's saying and not go blank because it's so technical. You're going to love her. And also, this is really important. I want you to know that she's available if you, especially in the United States, of course, like if you run into legal trouble or if you need to register a trademark or you have some other issue with your business that requires legal advice, you can just search for Paige Hulse Law. Hulse is spelled H as in horse, ULSE. And I'll also have her sites, of course, linked in the show notes for you guys. And most importantly, I want to make sure you know about her creative law shop because it can save you boatloads of money. It's literally like a template shop for like legal documents, the kind of things that we need all the time. So in many instances, you can just purchase a legal template from Paige directly from her site that will protect your business for a fraction of the price that you pay for hiring an hourly attorney. And it's going to be written a million times better than something free off of the internet. Like the stories she's told me about trying to defend people who grabbed a free like contract of some kind off the internet because they didn't want to spend the money. And then like it cost them everything. Like they thought they were safe, but those templates are not written well and they're not written specific to like the Etsy entrepreneur. So she has so much in there. You can get everything from your LLC contract, which is super critical, multi-person LLC agreements for partnerships if you work with more than one person in the LLC, special provisions for your Etsy shop policies if you really want to cover yourself there, affiliate agreements, influencer contracts, photography releases, and so much more. There's literally over 80 contracts available. Plus additional free resources. Her blog is incredible. And there's a lot of educational tools, like some even for purchase if you want to take like a course learning some basic business law stuff. So check it out. If you need to order something from the Creative Law Shop and you want a bit of a break on the price, you can use my coupon code SMILEY10. That's all lowercase, SMILEY, and the number 10, and you get 10% off, and hopefully that will help. So just go to shopcreativelaw.com, and there are a ton of resources waiting for you. My hope and prayer is that you'll never need to fight a legal battle, but just like we have fire insurance and car insurance for a reason, setting up your business the right way now can save you from a lot of pain later. So I really trust Paige to help you out. Yes, there's this lady. I'm almost feeling like we talked about it the last time you were on, Mrs. Dutchy, and she does tumblers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And she's like enormous, like her following is massive. And she's always got tons of people and they're watching her make their things. And then they're like, I want to order one. And she's like, I'm 2 years out kind of thing or whatever, but
well,
yeah.
The thing. People they love to watch her. They're not going to invest all that time and money and making one themselves. It's not worth it.
They want her to do it.
Right.
They want her. Okay. So I do like you sort of simplified it that you can be on multiple platforms, but you're really repurposing the same content. You're being thoughtful about what you create. You're trying to build story, show the behind the scenes, show the story behind it as much as you can. Feel free to not include anything that's proprietary that you want to protect, but there's plenty more to the process. Even if you just show yourself packaging stuff, I see that all over TikTok as well.
Oh yeah.
That's
I love
huge.
those.
And then you can repurpose and use the same thing on multiple platforms. But my mind is still a little frozen that you said start with Facebook, but it makes perfect sense that's where the money is, and that's where there's actually still some like when they share, when they comment, or when they like it, that it actually shows their friends.
Yeah, I have a friend. I won't reveal who she is, but she's an influencer, and she has a way bigger following on Instagram than she does on Facebook. But she's told me, Julie, Facebook's where the money is. That's why I go live on Facebook all the time.
You still do?
No, she does.
She does. Okay.
I'm not a live person. I do Amazon Live because I make money at it.
What's Amazon Live? I don't even know what that is.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, they keep emailing me. I don't know. What's Amazon Live?
The training I did in Julie's Biz Boutique on how to beat the sales slump. I talk about that, and we just talked about Amazon Live a few weeks ago. But basically, Amazon Live is a platform by Amazon that gets creators, as long as you have an Amazon storefront. Okay. You can go on Amazon Live, and it's an app, and you download it, and you literally could make something. I make reels. I go on live every Monday night. And I make reels for them, and you get a carousel of all like 40 products. And so people can click on those carousel of products, and then you make a commission off of those products.
Oh my God.
And they go back and watch the replay of it. How have we not talked about this before?
I literally have not heard about this before. So how would this apply to maybe someone who's not selling a physical product? Does that matter? Can other people, is there a way for us to leverage that?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could be selling your favorite vacuums. Who cares?
Okay. So just like TikTok Shop.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very much so like that.
Okay.
And then there's money to be made on all the different platforms. Did you know that Instagram has a new bonus program?
No.
So if you open up your phone, okay, and you go to your bio page, the page where you have your little circle of your name and the little profile of all your things. And you're going to see in the middle of that, it's going to say professional dashboard. You click on that, but here's the thing. It's an invite only program. But if you don't know if you're not clicking on that professional dashboard to see if you've been invited, then you don't know. Are you going to check right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've already gone totally off.
Right. So might as well go another one, right? But I don't know. Were you ever on the Instagram bonuses back in like 21 and 22?
No, I've never made money from Instagram. The only thing I'm monetized on is YouTube. And that just happened this year.
Oh, good for you. I'm so
Thank you. I'm making like $100 or something a month from YouTube. But I feel like there's so much more. Yeah. And that was the other thing that we have to go back to is you were saying like we can make money off of our reels, which we're just using to try to, or our YouTube shorts, we're trying to drive traffic to our Etsy shop. But wait, where do I look for this? I mean, we're all invested now.
Okay. So go to your Instagram. So
I'm in my professional dashboard.
Okay. So you're in your professional dashboard. Mine was like in the middle of the screen.
Okay.
And it says collaborations, mine, but it says bonus opportunity. Does it say bonus anywhere?
Okay. I see monetization activity.
Click on that.
Yeah. It says monetization and shops. Okay. So I'm probably not, and I'm not very
invited to it. But I'm on the bonus program, and it's one of those things where you have to keep kind of signing up or kind of keep an eye on it to see if you're still on it.
Okay.
But when you get accepted and you give them your tax info, and it's safe to do. But I get what do you call those 1099s from every platform except for Pinterest.
Oh my gosh.
I made money from Pinterest and then they got rid of it, but I was like, oh.
There's so much in here I need to click on. Like there's all these things they're trying to tell me. So that's super interesting. Okay. Thanks for tracking with us, guys. So Julie, go back to though, you were saying if we create content, it's to push shoppers to our Etsy shop because especially with Reels, there's like a virality to them. If people watch a certain amount or they're interacting with it, then it's going to go out to more people. How can we make money? You were saying those platforms will pay us just for the reel.
Yeah. So TikTok has a creator reward program. Mm-hmm. And here's the key. You have to have, I want to say 10,000 followers and you have to get like 100,000 views. I mean, you have to work on TikTok to get into
have that
program, right?
Okay.
Here's the thing. Did you know that the TikToks now have to be over a minute to get monetized?
Okay, but Julie, do you know how much I talk? There's never been a TikTok that's been, except for when they told us to do the 7-second ones, you remember? But then everyone figured out you can just tap to pause it, and
so you have to be over a minute, and then like for instance, I put out a reel back in January of a Valentine's wreath I did 3 years ago. I made $375 on it. Just one reel that was 3 years old.
What? Okay, this is another question though. I'm on a personal account so I can use the good music.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not on a business account.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to be on it for the creator. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Another way is, I get a little annoyed with these, because people buy stuff off of TikTok shops and then they're all making these little, buy this, you're going to need this. And it's just annoying, but that is another way you can make money.
Absolutely. I buy stuff from TikTok shop more often than I care to admit. They get me. And sometimes it's like a home run and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And sometimes, rarely, it's like, oh, wah, wah. I just got that flag sweatshirt that's been all over for the 4th of July. I got it a few weeks ago. And it's actually an insanely great sweater. So if anyone's on the fence about the flag, it is a little bit itchy, but the quality is so you can wear something underneath it, but the quality is so good. And it's like, it looks expensive in person.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, the only thing that I would warn against that is making your whole account that. And that's what kind of has happened with some of the creators that I was following. It's like every video is about them selling something. And I'm like, you know what? You've lost me. And you will risk people unfollowing you for that. And I get that, that there are people at home that they may not have a business, but they can make money this way. It's great. Do your thing.
Yes.
But if you started an account for one thing and then all you're doing is just selling TikTok shop stuff, I think that's not really worth the trade in value. But you need to have something like a link tree or a beacons that you can have all your links on, so that you can have that as your link in your TikTok bio, on your Instagram bio, anywhere that you want people to go to, because there's Amazon storefronts. There's now Walmart storefronts. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I've noticed that Walmart started having more and more, like, you're interacting with other companies on their website, which I thought was interesting, but I didn't know they had a storefront. I should do that, actually.
Yeah, you should. You need to apply for it, and it might take them a little while to get back to you. I think it took them like 3 weeks, but I got in on it. Let's see, in November, it'll be a year. But yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to make money on social media with your business, especially, like if you're a creator or maker and you have I have wire cutters I love, scissors I love, a glue gun that I love. People want to know, what
Yeah.
are you using? And I'm like, I love this product. I stand by this product, and you can make money. It's just, there's so many things that you can be doing.
So okay, so do you have to get qualified like I did on YouTube to make money off of like YouTube Shorts?
Yes. You
Okay.
have to be monetized with YouTube Shorts. I don't find YouTube Shorts is a great way to get to be monetized, because what you should be doing is if you're on YouTube and you're making videos like this one right here, you could go out walking tomorrow and say, listen, I just talked to Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique, and she gave me the 411 on how to get monetized on these different platforms. You're going to want to watch this. And then you now have a related video thing that you can click on, and you just click on this video that you're going to upload to YouTube. And that's how you're going to get people from YouTube Shorts to watch your video.
The longer form content.
Mhm.
Okay.
The YouTube Shorts should really always be to point towards longer form videos.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is so good.
Video thing, you need to make it worth it.
So and I've seen you do this, and I've always been flabbergasted. So you record this whole long wreath making, and you're going to use that multiple different ways. You're going to cut it down into a reel, like it's going to be a kind of a teaser that's going to then point to the long form YouTube video of you making the whole thing. They're going to see the longer. Right. That is crazy.
Because like I just said in the reel that I made before I got on here, I said, you're going to want to watch it on YouTube, because I'm going to take you through each step, and you're not going to want to miss a step. So go to my YouTube channel, watch the full video. It's like a teaser. You know what I mean? It's like, do you want to make a project? Here's a teaser, but you're going to want to make it over on YouTube. And on YouTube, in the description box, I'm going to have all those affiliate links. I'm going to say, hey, join Julie's Biz Boutique, join Julie's Crafting Boutique, join my email list. It's a platform to get people into your world. And once you get them into your world, you can bring them in as a customer. And they may have to say no 7 times before they purchase, but at least you've got them in your world. And in between all that, you're not selling all the time. You're giving them content they enjoy.
Yep.
And content that they engage in. So it's sometimes you got to bring back the business person. Like, everything has to be about selling, and remember that you're trying to engage with people so that they will become your customer.
This is another off the cuff. Do you think for a lot of Etsy sellers are using print on demand, which I completely respect, because dealing with physical products is a whole animal. But I think that's when they ask me, I'll do a coaching call. And if they ask, I kind of want to get into social media, but I don't really know what to post because I literally don't make the product. How would you go about that? Do you have any opinion? And you haven't had any time to think about that, Julie, but.
Well, I mean, okay, I'll just give you a for instance. Okay. So I'm making content for one of my sponsors today. And so I make the initial YouTube thumbnail over on Canva. I love Canva.
Do you make your own YouTube thumbnails?
And I edit my own videos.
No, you do not. Are you serious?
No. I have people who work for me, but there's still things that I keep close, and because I'm the one that has to do the voiceover, and I just
it's a craft. No, I get it. That's different than that. The first thing I hired out were those two things, were my thumbnails and my video editing, but I'm not doing an intricate craft. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot to edit out of this. I'm very low edit. So I get it. Okay, keep going.
So in Canva, I will take that YouTube thumbnail, and they have this great thing called Magic like resize, I think, and you click on it and you can take whatever you just made, pick out a Facebook 1080 by 1080 or a Pinterest idea pen, Pinterest pen, or like an Instagram story, and it will transform it into that. I open it up and then I just move things around. So I've already created the main
You have
content.
to move. Okay. Yes.
But now, but what it does is it takes your content and now sizes it to different platforms. And it's all about just moving things around, and it cuts the work in half. And then honestly, I would be saving memes and funny sayings and just kind of write them on like little, people love memes. They like to share them. And it's just, if you can get something that's kind of thought provoking for them, it's always a win-win. And then as far as reels, every platform wants a reel. They want a short video content. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even Pinterest wants it. So, I mean, it just pays you to remember you make that reel. Well, I can upload it to Pinterest, and I can take it right from, this is the sign I'm making. Let me show you my process. Now you can go check out in my Etsy shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many things that people forget about. And I feel like Pinterest is one of those underused things that people aren't using to the possibilities that it's capable of. And it's like, guys, use Pinterest. But again, I could talk about this all day.
No, yeah. I mean, and Pinterest is a really great platform as far as social media goes for a print on demand person, because it's just visual. So just having a great mock-up with your thing is enough to, and using the right keywords in the title and description, that might be the best place for a print on demander to really shine.
Right. And if you like to, do a lot of things with graphics on Canva and make those SVG files and all that, it's just easy. I will go and do that. I will go purchase something before I need to make it myself if I have a special project or something. But it's easy because it's literally $1.50, and it's like, okay, that's easy. I just saved myself an hour's worth of time.
Every time. Yes, absolutely. No. I'm just not good at it. Okay. We have talked so much about creating this content that then leads back to the Etsy shop. And you alluded to the share and save program. Do you want me to talk about that being the Etsy? Yeah. Okay. So this is what
you're the one that's more of an expert on that.
The Etsy. What I want to make sure of, guys, is if you're using anywhere to push your shop, your products, you want to use the share and save link from Etsy rather than just the typical link to your listing. And the reason is because when you do that, you're going to save 4% on the transaction fee that Etsy charges you for the sale, rather than spending 6.5%. You'll save 4% of it. And that really adds up. And so you have to go into your dashboard and you have to just enroll in it. You don't have to apply. There's no, will I get accepted? You're immediately going to get it. And then it's going to adjust your links, and you'll be able to see every listing will have a share and save link, and you can use that instead of the typical listing link. And you need to do it every single time. Like,
absolutely.
No-brainer.
Do you think Etsy did that because people kind of got fed up with how they were promoting your item, and boom, 15% is out of your product margin? And I just kind of feel like they're trying to get back to people not leaving their platforms. And here's a new way that you can recoup some of that money, because you're doing the work for them. And I get really frustrated when people say, like you've had people say, you don't need a big following. I understand that, but you need a following.
Mm-hmm.
Following may not be 1 million people on Facebook, like for me. Okay. But if you have 10,000 really good followers who are loyal and they're buyers, that's worth the weight in gold, but you have to still work for them. And so I still think social media plays a key part. It doesn't have to play all the part, but it needs to play an integral part. It needs to be it's like social media is an integral part of your business operations, and you need to treat it as such. So when Etsy says, hey, you can get 4% back, well, you're already doing the work. You've been doing the work for years. Well, just use your links now. And at the end of the year, when you get that, is it 1099 or 1040? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, 1099. Yeah. I mean, don't ask me about tax ones.
You're going to see the difference from one year to the next, how much you save.
Yes, I think it's absolutely worth it. And I will also say that I've noticed if you are promoting your own listings and they're making sales, Etsy will elevate you in the algorithm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, and I think that if you get really good at that, these newer marketplaces like Go Imagine and Michael's Maker Place, you're going to have even better opportunities over there if you push your stuff over there because we have so much access right now to the leaders of those organizations and being able to influence it. Like you could really, I think it's a really good skill. I'm not saying it's perfect for everyone. My whole thing is I always say figure out Etsy. Take a few months. For some people, it's going to be a few weeks. For some people, it's going to be a few months. For some people, it'll be 6 to 9 months. Figure out how to create a listing, how to price your listing, how to take good photos, how to make a great product. Figure out your streamline. And after that is when I say to start building an email list and email list you could really do from the jump, but start working on social media. What I don't want is someone coming in feeling so overwhelmed because I've got to master all of this and like they've never even taken a good product photo before. Just that the long term is you want to have, if Etsy goes away, shuts you down, I've had this happen before for one of my shops. A competitor comes in and copies you to the point that you can't continue. It's harder with a physical product, but with print on demand and with digital products, that happens all the time where really, really high performing shops become obsolete because they've been so copied.
Yes.
And then what? But if you have an email list, if you have social media, you could still be making money off of those things that were copied on Etsy because your audience isn't seeing the competitors with the lower price. They're only seeing what's on your website. So I think it's an insurance plan. I think it's the way to protect all the work that you put in. I know for me, I'm going through this right now because I'm getting ready to do another physical product and we're going through all of the working out the kinks and trying to get the product right. And it is a headache and it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of energy and capacity to figure all of it out. And like, I don't need to go then just get shut down and have nowhere to go with it. Do you know what I mean? Like if I spent the energy, I want to protect it. But anyway, I got off on all that just to say, and I wanted to kind of pivot and ask about, just to say what I think the process should be for like really going hard on social media. But I love your point of like lock down those handles right away. And why not let your friends and family know about it with a Facebook page? That seems like a no-brainer to me now that you say that, because you're going to get your first reviews, which is going to help your shop immediately.
Yes.
I mean, my friends and family carried me for all of 30 days, and then I had to start figuring out, but I had reviews by then. Okay. But I wanted to know, because you work with a lot of Etsy sellers, right?
Yes.
Do you have any, and without like, you have to like expose anyone naming names, but do you have any like success stories you've seen of people who are like, I'm coming to you, Julie, because I want to promote my Etsy business, my Etsy shop, my products, and they're coming and learning from you and they've gone on and created some results?
I think that Pinterest is probably the strongest for them. The people that are in my group, they will say, I didn't even think about Pinterest and I didn't, they would just be on Etsy and they would just make the Pinterest pen with Etsy's app. And you don't want to do that. You need to go to Pinterest,
Canva?
not Etsy. You need to go to Canva, make your pen, and then go and upload it in Pinterest. And what I think a lot of Etsy sellers do is they say, oh, I can just share this to Pinterest and it just makes a pen. And you don't see those in the feed. At least I don't see those in the feed.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
More organically made pens than I do like an Etsy from Etsy's app directly to Pinterest. Does that make sense?
Where it just says a little square because there's no elongated pin.
Right. Pinterest likes the longer pens. And then if you add something like Tailwind into it, which is a whole nother animal and another topic of discussion, for scheduling on Pinterest, it's a great tool. They don't want the little Etsy thing. So even though that's a really easy thing, this is what I tell people is that just because Etsy says you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. So just because Etsy says, okay, you can share this listing over on Facebook, that's great. Will it get you anywhere on Facebook? Absolutely not, because Etsy's algorithm doesn't care about Facebook's algorithm. All they want you to do is send your stuff from Etsy over to Facebook in hopes that somebody will see it. And so what Facebook says, oh, they're trying to sell something. That's just a link. And Facebook hates link. What do they not want you to do? They don't want you to get people to leave their platform. I think I would say that my people would find Pinterest probably the number one thing that helps gets them sales. When one of the things that we do about every other month is I do Etsy reviews in Julie's Biz Boutique, and I'll be like, okay, you really need to change your titles, or you need to change your photos, or you need to do this. And so we're really kind of hands on with like, okay, where do you need help? You just have to step up and ask for help. And we've had you come in and do the same thing, and it's been great. But I would say Pinterest the most. And then because not only can you do a short form video of like a reel, which is an idea pin, and then link it to your product back to Etsy, you can make the still pin as well, the photo pin. So you get the best of both worlds, because Pinterest has allowed us to have links for those video pins now. And they didn't let us do that until sometime last year, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was infuriating when they didn't. I'm so glad they changed it. I thought they did away with idea pins altogether, and now it's just like a video pin, but apparently
it is. I still call it an idea pin, and it's just stuck in my brain, but they just call it a Pinterest pin. And so your options are a photo or a video. So it still is. Yeah.
Hey guys, today's episode is sponsored by ProfitTree, which is a new and incredible tool that will massively help your Etsy shop grow. My friend and fellow Etsy coach, Hannah Gardner, she's been on the podcast, and you may know her from her massive, incredible YouTube channel, Ecom Hannah, highly recommend. She's a 7-figure seller who's obsessed with data tracking. This is like her superpower. I love it. ProfitTree is a service that's going to seamlessly integrate with your Etsy shop to give you automated, real-time profit tracking for your store. So for the first time ever, you can now obtain meaningful, actionable insights on core metrics of your Etsy shop. No more Excel sheets, V-lookups, I don't even know what that is, or exporting reports. Y'all have been asking for this, and Hannah and her team have over-delivered. This is like one of those new tools that I'm so stinking excited about. With ProfitTree, you can spend less time playing catch-up and more time growing your shop. So the integration will allow you to easily import and track your business expenses and product costs, which means that you can maximize sales of each item in your collection by seeing the true profit breakdowns in the blink of an eye. Forget about hours of manual work to only get outdated data. No kidding. Not to mention if you're like me and you don't even try because the numbers make your eyes bleed. So embarrassing, but it's true. But ProfitTree is going to do the work for you so you can get clear insights of all of your unique product variations, which is so helpful. Additional features to ProfitTree include real-time calculations, low stock alerts, one-click print-on-demand integrations, trend spot your product, that's helpful, track duplicated products so you can see which one's doing better and why, add custom expenses, optimize listings profitability, and identify listing issues like missing SKUs and COGS. Right now, when you sign up, you can start with a 7-day free trial, and make sure to use code TREE10, TREE 10, to save 10% on your membership. And as someone who knows how important the tracking piece is, you guys, but I don't feel like it's a strength of mine in that area, I am so super excited about this service because it's going to take the piece off of my plate that I'm not good at, but still give me the benefit of having that work done. Super stoked. So check it out. Start gathering the best possible data for your shop, for your listings, and it's going to help you grow and scale your business. So thank you so much, Hannah and ProfitTree. You guys are lifesavers. Do they still have that front page though, where like they show the idea pins? Like there was a point where that really helped you, like, I don't know, you could kind of go viral.
No, it's still all in the feed, or it's in my feed, when I see the pens. I mean, you can go to watch idea pen. I keep calling it idea pen. It's stuck in my brain.
But like, what else do we call it, right? It's just a video pen, right? It's like a video pen.
Exactly. So.
And then I wanted to ask you, are there any, because I remember like social media, just when I used to study it, would change constantly. Are there any updates that we really need to know about? I know we've talked about like, short form video content, but at least a minute is important. I feel like the big thing you've also said is just like how you can monetize in so many different ways. It's not just about getting more business to your Etsy shop. It's like the content itself can become a moneymaker for you.
Yeah. Well, on Facebook, it's not just, they have a bonus program. Again, it's an invite only. And I don't understand why it's only an invite only. But if you're making the content and if you're consistent with the content, you're going to get invited. That
Okay.
there's just, when they see a platform that is actually doing the work, they're going to invest in that. So on Facebook, there's meta ads for reels and videos. So you could upload your videos that you post on YouTube. You could upload those to Facebook and apply for the ad program and make money that way. You can get the bonus program, which is more about engagement and how many people are kind of like commenting, liking, sharing your content. So that's a different category. On Instagram now, it's the bonuses and they have the ads on the reels, just like Facebook does. I don't make as much there as I make much more money on Facebook. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. And then Pinterest used to pay, but they don't pay anymore. So they're out of the equation, but you can have a link on those short videos. So that's a win. YouTube, I want to say that they may, I'm not sure if they change the YouTube shorts that you could get monetized without being monetized, but I don't think that has happened.
Oh yeah, I heard rumor about that as well.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't quote me on that. I'd have to look into that. But again, TikTok, you can get monetized with the creator reward program. You can have a showcase of all the different products that you love from TikTok. And then you can, show products and say, here's my link. What am I missing? Am I forgetting a platform?
To be honest, I'm already fried anyway, but thank goodness I can go log into Julie's Biz Boutique and I can get all the little tutorials, like the 1,000 little gold dust petals that you've dropped. You go into detail. I'm like, thank goodness we're not leaving anybody in the lurch. It's all over there. Tell us, let's transition to that, Julie. Tell us about Julie's Biz Boutique. I think it's amazing that you pivoted from, you're still creating all the wreath content, but you're not selling them anymore. And you're coaching a lot of business owners like us on how to build their businesses with all these little nuances. Tell us about Julie's Biz Boutique. Man, say that 10 times fast.
Yeah. We started it in, let's see, this is 24, right? I had to think about it. We started it in April of 2022. So we've been in it for over 2 years. I had people for years beg me, when are you going to start a group? When are you going to start a group? And I was like, I don't want to do another thing. But I just decided it was time. And basically we do 4 trainings a month. It's every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a site where everything is uploaded to that site. I would, if I had to count or guess, we have over 90 trainings on just about everything that you could think of on social media, on business, on how to use Canva. Next week, I'm doing one on how to edit with iMovie because that's what I use. I want to show people how easy it is to use. And we've had editing on other platforms that are on a regular computer. Tomorrow, we're going to have a tax specialist and to talk about small business tax tips, But we record them. You can join them live. You can watch the replays. We upload them to a platform. But I just felt a real burden to help people because I didn't have anybody when I got started, and I didn't even know what a business coach was. And I got to a point around year 4. I was kind of hitting a brick wall, like I don't know what else to do. And I got a business coach, and that's kind of how me and you kind of came together. And it really did kind of open the doors of other possibilities. So sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you get some help. But I hope that I help people. I do YouTube. Yes, social media is a real kind of specialty for me, but we cover other things because I have people working for me and we help kind of round it all out.
Like building an email list and things like that. And
and sales funnels. And mini chat and all those different things that, seem a little overwhelming, but I love it. I love doing it now. I love being able to teach and invest in people.
You do it so well. And I feel like you and your team are so accessible. I'm thinking back to when I was a really small business and I didn't have extra money to spend on a mastermind, on personal coaching, one-on-one, anything like that. And I was back in the day, I invested in, do you remember Sandy Krakowski?
Yes.
What a name, right?
Yeah.
I got into like her social media, and my point is it was a lifeline, like where I couldn't afford, a big investment. I needed something manageable that was monthly, that if I needed to turn it off, I could. I never did because the value was always there. And that is like you today for creators. Like, I don't know anyone else who is doing what you do, helping, the Etsy seller, the small business owner, the creative entrepreneur, and giving them access to so many of the details that they need in one place. That's just bite-sized too. And you don't overcomplicate things, like you keep it so we can understand it. And so I appreciate that. You
Thank
just
you.
gave me, you're so welcome. I mean every word. It's extreme. I've been in the group for at least a year now. It's extremely bite-sized, manageable, but everything you need is there. You just gave me a coupon code though, right? Like, we're actually making this even better right now. Tell me the details on that. Should I look at the email?
So this is a coupon code for you to use. And it's Smiley 30, all capital letters, and you'll get 30% off your first month in Julie's Biz Boutique.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. That's a huge deal.
You're welcome. Give it a try.
This is exactly what my folks need, especially the handmade makers. I mean, anybody who wants to build more than just an Etsy shop, there's going to be helpful, but the handmade makers, especially, because you've got all different, there's not just wreath makers in your group, you've got the whole gamut. But then you also recently created a training that you're sharing with us, right? Tell me more about that. The summer.
I just did this training and I got so excited after it. And I even thought, I need to call Lizzie and tell her about this. Cause I'm like, I just feel like there was some really good stuff in it. But I did a training on how to beat the summer sales slump, because if you're a seller or creator, you know that summertime is when everybody's taking their vacations, they're kind of checking out. And what that does for the small business owner, it's kind of the struggle bus season, right? Yeah. So I talk about, what should you be doing on social media? What are the things that you should be spending more time in? And then at the end, I give really good suggestions on maybe things that they never thought about offering before, that this is the time to work on them. So I just felt like maybe your people would enjoy watching that training and kind of getting a little bit of an idea what a Julie's Biz Boutique training is all about. And that's exactly what it is, the training.
That's perfect. Okay. So everyone's getting access to just a freebie training. And you said it's not like public, right? Like this is actually behind the scenes, but
it's free. It's over 40 minutes long. And I have a little slide presentation that I did on Canva myself. Again, I love doing that. So I was like, ooh, I can do this. I want to give people the tools when they get discouraged and when they get overwhelmed with life and their business. There is a time and a season where you're going to have bigger income revenue bringers, inners, and I know that's not even a word. I'm sorry, but we talk about the affiliate links and how you should be using those. There's so many different facets to being a small business that you don't have to just sell a physical product to make money these days. There's other ways to make money, and your knowledge and your know-how is part of that. So,
I mean, if I had any energy, I would be going nuts about that right now. It's just so crazy. There's so much that we need to investigate. And gosh, especially makers, people love that process. Like you think, oh, everyone knows how to do this. No, they don't.
You know,
I don't. I promise you, I want to watch. I love when TikTok serves me like a how-to video.
Yeah, exactly. A great recipe. I mean, how many recipes have we saved on TikTok? I've
so
saved so many that I'm never going to make, but I'm saving and I'm following based on their content. And so when they do say, hey, I love this TikTok product, I go and buy it because I'm like, I know them. I love them. I'm engaging with them, or I'm going to buy their product, or I'm going to buy their ebook, or whatever it is that they're going to have.
It's a whole new meaning to multiple streams of income. I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This was the best geek out ever, Julie. Thank you. And thank you for being so patient with me, literally taking us all over creation away from any plan that we had.
I know. It's so fun. I love coming here. You're so much fun.
Thank you. Well, guys, I hope that you get a chance to go take a look at that free training. And if you're really wanting to grow your business skills, jump into Julie's Ruth Boutique or Biz Boutique with me. I'm over there too, and we can hang. And thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Until next week, you go make something awesome. Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome. Love ya. Bye.
And that's a wrap on this episode of How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're looking for more resources, head on over to howtosellyourstuff.com, where you'll find podcast show notes, all the links from today's episode, the blog, courses, coaching, and more. If this episode was helpful to you, awesome. The greatest compliment I can receive from you is a rate, review, and subscribe on this podcast. Not only will it allow us to connect again on a future episode, it lets me know I'm providing you with value and helps other people find this content more easily. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your support. Have a great day and see you next time.